Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the Global Wellness Challenge. What an incredible day yesterday. I hope you were able to dial in live or at least catch the replay. We were on with amazing experts from all over the world for World Mental Health Day 2022. We started off with the Dalai Lama. We had a beautiful session with the founders of Shae and of Unify, just discussing about the bigger picture vision and mission and the reasons why we're all gathering for this beautiful conversation around mental health, reducing stigma, allowing all of us to connect in ways that we haven't before, to feel supported, to feel safe on our journey, no matter where we're at. We progressed into conversations with Dr. Deepak Chopra to share some great visions about what's coming for the future. We had Dr. Cam McDonald presenting some incredible information about stress and resilience, Dr. Daniela Remy, we had Anne Larson, Dr. Avi, we had a huge lineup, Dr. Jane Goodall. What an incredible day yesterday. So thank you so much for all of you who dialed in, and we really hope you enjoyed that summit yesterday. It's our first inaugural summit with Unify and Shae, and we're excited to be bringing those to you every year moving forward. So today we are diving deep into the Global Wellness Challenge. Yesterday was day 1 of the Global Wellness Challenge. Today is day 2, and today is all about sleep, activity, and nutrition. So it's about the physical pillars of our health. And the reason why that's so important is these directly affect our mental health. So we're just going to start today with a beautiful, nice and easy yoga session. Again, if you have some space, please make the most of this. If you don't, it's okay. It's very, very easy. We're just going to bring in Zach Stumer, our resident expert for yoga for this entire session that we're here for this week. And I really hope that you enjoy the session to start the morning. And Zach, I'll hand over to you. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to your yoga
Thank you so much, Zach. What a beautiful way to start the day. And thank you, everyone, for joining in. Beautiful yoga session just to get us going on this incredible day, day 2 of the Global Wellness Challenge, all about our physical pillars of health today, our sleep, our activity, and nutrition. And so we're just going to dive into understanding a little bit more about what that means and what that is actually today. We're going to do that right now. And so I invite you to follow along with our conversation. And again, day 2 of our physical pillars that are here. So the most important thing to understand when we're having these conversations is just the essential nature of our physical health and how our physical health directly impacts our mental health. And on the left-hand side, you'll see here what happens when our behaviors aren't so good in these areas. So again, we've got our activity, our nutrition, and our sleep. If we're not having good sleep, activity, nutrition, we end up experiencing some of these things over this side of the conversation. So chronic disease, chronic pain, digestive issues. These are the statistics are up to over 80% of us are going to be experiencing these in our lives. It's ridiculously high, and there's so much we can do about it. Mental issues that we're here for the conversation for the whole 10 days, lethargy, fatigue, poor motivation. These are just some of the experiences that we have if our behaviors around these things are not good. This is so well documented now, so well researched, and just a really important time these next 10 days, and especially today, just to drop in and really connect with things. And what's the one thing that you can do today to make a difference in these areas for you? And also, what happens when these behaviors are good? What happens when you do choose the right things? Well, we improve our fitness, we improve growth and recovery, we improve our metabolism, we have a higher level of optimism and motivation and energy, amongst many other positive benefits. So it's really something today we challenge you and encourage you and invite you to take ownership of these decisions, because you have a choice in every single thing here. So what we see on the side on sleep, the amount of hours, everything starts with sleep. If you're sleeping well, the day is set up for success. And if you're sleeping less than 7 hours a night, these are some of the things you've experienced. Again, very well researched, very well documented these days. Chronic inflammation, high risk of chronic disease, high risk of mental disease, loss of muscle, gain of fat tissue, digestive disruption, poor motivation, and more impulsive choices. So these are things that happen when you just don't get enough sleep. And I think all of us at some stage can put our hands up and certainly use a few more hours of sleep. Really encourage you, again, this 10 days, just make some good decisions, make some smart decisions about what you can do to get a better night's sleep. It all starts with sleep. And the practical steps for sleep are very simple. Know the best time for you to go to sleep, because it's not just about the length of time you sleep, it's about the quality of sleep that you get. So know the best time of day or the best time of night you should go to sleep, and make sure you prepare for sleep with a personalized sleep hygiene protocol. How do we do that? It's all in your app. This is all with Shae. So your sleep hours, you get to know your best sleep time window. This is all in the section that's there. And when you click on your daily schedule, this is all under your lifestyle section. And if you click on lifestyle for the side avenue even, this will actually bring up the lifestyle overview section for you. It'll give you an idea about the best sleep time windows for your unique biology. And again, everybody's different. There's not a single person that gets the same information. Please check that out for you. Find out and discover this if you haven't figured out for yourself, what window gives you the most energy and the best rejuvenation. To the revitalization pathways are so important here. When you figure that out, write it down, diarize it, plan it, put it into your schedule. Make sure you're looking to change things that can actually help you sleep at that time. And the sleep hygiene, most importantly, when you do know the right time and you can get to sleep in that right time, what are the things you need to do to be able to sleep well? And this is under your genius section or lifestyle section as well. The final things here will actually let you know the things to do, the steps to take to wind down your body so that you can have a really good night's sleep. So again, sleep, really, really important. Everybody knows it now. This isn't a new conversation, but please, we invite you to take ownership of your sleep choices today and for the next 10 days and hopefully for life. But this is exactly where we like to start. So that's sleep. Moving on to our next conversation here. So during the day, so sleep is great for night. What actually happens during the day, the benefits of physical activity that we actually have here and how that benefits us. So what determines the exercise is effective? Well, the clinical markers that we see for that, so VO2 max, our muscle strength and function, these are just representations of how our exercise is benefiting. Our metabolic benefits we get with our blood pressure, our insulin, our lipids, and a lot more. Our body composition, so how we actually look and feel, our waist, our visceral fat, our lean body mass. So on the inside, how healthy we are as well. And the personal improvements that we get from this are phenomenal. And for those who have been in exercise or like to exercise regularly or do this already, you already know how good you feel when you move your body in the right ways. And the key to this is how you move your body in the right way. It's not necessarily everybody doing high intensity classes, but your energy levels start to increase. You start to get clearer mentally. You start to have more tolerance to stress throughout your day, and your sense of achievement and so much more than that really starts to come into play when you do choose to move your body. And one of the hardest things to do when it comes to exercise is just put your shoes on. If you just get your shoes on, getting out the door, the rest of it kind of takes care of itself. So just take that first step and do something when it comes to activity. So this is huge benefits for activity, preventing and reversing chronic disease, and most importantly, enhancing mental well-being for this next 10 days. So the most important thing about this entire week is that it's all unique and individual for you. So if we talk about precision exercise, and we talk about the fact that you can get a 200 to 300% greater improvement if you do the right type of exercise at the right time of day for you. And this is really important. This is a huge thing for the whole of the future of health. Just understanding for you what your body clocks are, what your biorhythms are, and how you need to do that to achieve your goals and achieve your health goals. So strength, fitness, metabolism, disease markers, this impacts everything. And generic exercise itself. So there's so many non-responders that even if you just do any exercise at all, almost a third of people will not see any improvement. And if you're one of those stuck in that rut, unfortunately, it's not your fault. Don't worry. There is answers. It's just the wrong type of exercise and the wrong time of day that you're doing it. So it can be really simple. Just to be able to make sure you're moving the body in the right way. And again, this is all in Shae. This is all precision exercise that's matched for you. You'll see in your section underneath there, you can click on the left side navigation bar, the two little bars at the top. It'll bring you down, find your fitness section and your overview that's there. It'll bring up a body clock here to tell you the time of day about moving your body and the best ways to work with your natural biorhythms. It's got on-demand workouts in there that you can choose, matched on based on your time and your activity levels and all those sorts of things. And there's some great strength and cardio and flexibility classes and everything you can stream to your TV at home or through your app or whatever it is that's there. But this is really starting to kick in to gear, getting some movement on some things that we've had to often find very, very stubborn for a lot of us to be able to move those things that we're looking for our health benefits. But some examples of here: take it slow in the morning will show for some people. Run and socialize first thing will show for other people. Selecting these session times, you can do 15-minute, 30-minute, 45 minutes based on your time and preferences, and everything else here that's just specifically for your body. So please take advantage of this incredible AI that's got this here for you, and dive into that exercise section inside of Shae and find out, again, most importantly, the time of exercise that's going to be great for you and the type of exercise that's going to really suit and work for your body. Very, very unique. So that's during the day. The other thing, of course, that's really important in this conversation is nutrition. And I think we don't need to talk too much about or preach on the benefits of nutrition these days. Everybody's quite aware of the impact that food has on your genes, and also the strong links now between the gut and brain health and many other aspects of our well-being. So again, the conversation here is around precision nutrition, which just means find out exactly what you need and just do what you need. Don't worry anymore about reading the benefits of kale and tomatoes. We already know that kale causes issues for health for some people, and tomatoes do too. It's not about the food and the properties in the food. It's about the food and how that actually works for your unique body. So what works for someone doesn't work for others. It's just become so obvious these days in everything that is coming through in the medical literature. So precision nutrition is all about what this week is for. You'll see a 300 to 500% improvement, a greater improvement, if you're following the foods that are right for you. This is when it comes to weight loss. This comes to blood sugar levels. This is for your energy levels. This is for your digestion. And this is all linked to your mental health. And so again, this week, we're really inviting you and encouraging you and challenging you a little bit in a friendly way to take some ownership of your health, to take some ownership of your food choices and to make some really smart decisions, because all it is just a decision in the moment. So if you haven't done this for a while, please just take advantage today, especially, but please for the 10 days, just choosing and being more mindful of what you put in your mouth and the effects it can have for you. Generic nutrition programs, the best in the world, the best dietary advice that we get, up to 50% of people are non-responders. They don't see improvement. This is all statistic and validated information. This isn't anything new that we're producing here right now. This is known facts that's out there. The statistics are alarming for choosing a diet, for following what's out there in the media. Make sure you choose what's right for you. Your unique biology, specific nutrient-dense foods that actually match your body and what you need with your deficiencies that change your health status. It's actually really simple, but it seems complex. So, of course, this is what Shae exists for. The actual conversations around this, how Shae works, there's a lot of complex information that goes behind the scenes. As an individual, you need to consider your specific nutrigenomic requirements, which is how the food nutrients impact your genes, your current conditions and disease state, to consider what you should or shouldn't eat sometimes, certain foods that affect your blood pressure and cholesterol in ways that you may or might should be having, your digestive strength and function. So sometimes you might not be in a position to be able to handle some foods, allergies and intolerances you might have, the certain activity levels that you're doing, whether you need more calories or not, the stress levels you're going through, foods that actually impact your stress, your nervous systems in positive ways or support it, and your chronotype, so the type of day that it's best for you to eat certain foods. So these are all considerations you need to have just for you as an individual that Shae automatically considers for you. Around the environment as well, so the season and the climate. In summer, you eat different foods than what you do in winter. We intuitively know this. In summer, you feel like a fresh juice or a salad. In winter, you feel like a warm bowl of soup. These are just your body's natural ways of understanding the certain requirements that you have at these times. If you're traveling a lot these days, back post-COVID or during COVID to moving past post-COVID or accepting COVID, it's probably a better way to put it. Jet lag is a thing, it's real, but you can choose to change that. Sleepless nights is a big thing, so food really impacts your sleep and can make a huge difference there. If you've had exposures to chemicals before, depending on your social contacts and environments, these are all factors that have a big play in the foods that you should eat, and Shae considers all these things in conversation as to produce your suggestions for what to do. It considers in the foods themselves the macronutrients, the micronutrients that are there, phytonutrients, fiber types, even goes through cooking methods of how to prepare your meals, whether raw foods, the best for your internal system, or roasted foods or whatever it is. You can explore as deep as you like into Shae. It's got all the information there. And of course, the most important part of things here is the phenotype. So the very complex model that Shae builds in the back end for you to understand essentially your expression of genes and the ways that food's going to work with you. So nutriphenomics is the title that we use for that, the field of study in there. And it's just so important. This is the future of health and the future of nutrition, is understanding how food impacts your gene expression and can switch certain genes on and off literally in the space of seconds. Very exciting. And you'll see here inside of your Shae app, it'll actually let you know how many meals per day is best for you. These are just conversations and questions that we've just been fumbling around with trial and error forever. It's just so confusing out there. There's so many people with these diets and this thing. Do you do intermittent fasting? Do you do the juice fast? Do you do the paleo? Do you do FODMAP? Do you do all these keto diet? Like, there's just so many out there, and all we can do is the best is to watch the YouTube videos, watch the podcasts, or listen to the podcasts, understand who's promoting the best marketing message and which people have the best social proof, and then try that and see if that works for us. And maybe we get some results, maybe we don't, but usually we're a statistic. And the reason why everybody's got great success stories, if you do the paleo diet or if you do the juice fast, is because there's lots of people that respond really well to paleo and there's lots that don't. Lots of people that respond really well to juice fast and lots that don't. Lots of people respond really well to keto for a short period of time and lots that don't. There's just so much variation in who you are as an individual. Why wouldn't you just find out what's good for you and just do that? And that's really what Shae's here for, is just to help you. Just find out what's good for you and just do that. So yes, all the diets are great, but they're just great for certain people. So just find out what works for you. Shae actually helps you understand the different times of day that processes it. So it goes through from, some people having only 2 meals a day through to maybe 5 or 6 meals a day, smaller meals based on metabolism requirements and many other factors that's there, and all of the information's inside of Shae. And you can dive as deep as you like, and it's really amazing. Again, all this is evidence-based, it's scientifically validated, and it's incredible. This is built by doctors, scientists, and health researchers. It's just an incredible program and intelligence that's here for you to take advantage of this week. So dive as deep as you like, search through your foods. It'll go through specific foods you can click on to find out how good this is for you, how often you should be eating it. Again, I invite you to go and explore this in a lot of detail. This is what it looks like when you click on those sections. So when you click on your food timing, again, the left side navigation menu, the two little bars up the top, click those, it'll bring down a menu. Click on food and look at your food timing. This is, again, your food clock, your body clock, about how you metabolize and how you process certain foods throughout the day, from snacking to avoiding to fasting to other things that's there. Whatever's relevant for you. Again, there's not a single person that gets the same information. So find out what's right for you. This is the time and opportunity to do that. Have a look around at your prep and your planning. So dive deep into there. You can see those things. It'll tell you how to prepare foods that's best for you. It'll even tell you a good guide as to what to have and how often to have this. And just remember that this is Shae. Shae changes with you. It's an AI. So this isn't a static program. As the seasons change, as your activity changes or improves, as your sleep changes, you'll actually get different advice that comes through here, and you'll actually see and experience that yourself, which is really cool. This is probably a great invitation, foods to include and avoid. So as you hear for this week, this 10 days, sorry, and especially today, focused on food, activity, and nutrition, and sleep, make sure you pay attention to these things here. So this is a specific list about your foods and the things that are good for you or not good for you to eat. You might get quite surprised with some of the foods you eat regularly, and even the foods that we'd call healthy that aren't good for your system. And if you do find something like that, you can actually click on the food here. It'll bring up information about that food, and it will tell you specifically why that food is good for you or not good for you based on just your specific precision nutrition. And this is different for everybody in the world. Not a single person gets the same information, but it will tell you that much detail here as to how your food works with your specific biology and psychology. So that's the area of the food. So again, we've gone through sleep, we've gone through the activity, and we've gone through nutrition. And so the only thing that's left here that I invite you to do for today, and for this entire 10 days if you can, but for today especially, what's the one thing that you want to improve? Now, if you're super keen, pick one thing in each of these areas. Maybe it's the time of day that you want to go to sleep. Maybe it's the time of day you want to work out, or the type of workout that you want to do. Maybe it's the specific food choices that you're looking to make. Maybe you just decide to look through your list and just get rid of the 3 things that aren't good for you in your food today. Maybe you choose to pick the top 3 foods that you should eat today and include those in your meals. So whatever it is that you choose to do, we really invite you to do one thing, pick one goal that you can do today and be successful in. That can be just one thing out of whatever, or one thing across each of these areas, and really invite you to jump into your journal. We know that the results and stickiness and significant improvements happen when you record and track things. It's a fact. So please write this down in your journal. You can find that under your track section. Again, the left side nav, you'll find track. Go into your journal and just enter the information to your journal that's there. You can choose as a personal goal, write it down. You can look back on it after your 10 days and just really start to understand how deep you can go here, because it will really help you be accountable to yourself and for others. Most importantly, share it with your team. Jump in the Facebook group, team meaning everybody. Jump in the Facebook group, share it on your socials, share it with your friends or your support crew that you've got at home that's supporting you through this. Just help people make you accountable, be inspired, be motivated by that. And most important out of all of this for the whole 10 days, take action on it. Because when we choose to change our behaviors, just those little simple steps, those little simple goals, like the one thing you can do, the one food you're going to avoid, the time of day that I'm going to try and go to sleep tonight, the way I'm going to move my body. It's just the one simple thing that makes all the difference for you. So please go ahead and act on that as you get to there. So that is our morning session, just to get us set up for the day, to set up for success. And that's a really exciting way that we're going to be bringing that to you each of the days moving forward. And I really just invite you to go as deep as you like or as shallow as you like on that. But the most important thing is please do something about it. Taking action, it just enables the success to make all the difference with our physical health and our mental health. And again, to understand the importance of our physical health and how that impacts our mental health is why we're here today specifically. So on that note, I'm going to get off the microphone. I'm going to wish you all an amazing day. And we're just going to finish this morning segment here with a beautiful meditation from Anne Larson, who hopefully enjoyed a lot of yesterday. Thank you so much, Anne, for just bringing us into this beautiful space after some information that we've just nourished our brains and our minds listening to this. And now we get to just ground ourselves and bring that into the conversation now as we move on with our day. I wish you all a beautiful and fantastic day. I hope everything goes perfectly and smoothly for you. And I hope you get to take some good, make some good choices today and take advantage of the incredible information that's there for you inside of Shae. So thank you all. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you again at 3:30 Pacific time this afternoon. That's Pacific time USA for those who are dialing in from all over the world. And I'll look forward to sharing some more sessions with you later this afternoon. We're actually just going to go through a beautiful mindfulness exercise, an activity workout that we've got, and actually a live speaker every day this week that's going to help inspire us and motivate us on our journey. So whether you're watching this now on Facebook live stream, whether it's in the Facebook group, on the Unify Facebook page, across any of the partners that are sharing this all over the world, I just say thank you so much for spending the time this morning to be here to listen to these conversations, to really just start to learn and even refresh your mind on some of these things that are really important. And again, to make sure you take action and choose really great choices today that's going to benefit your physical and your mental health. So thank you so much. We'll look forward to seeing you again this afternoon. And Anne, thank you so much for bringing us into a beautiful space now to finish off the morning. And after Anne's done, we'll wish everybody a beautiful day and see you this afternoon. Thank you so much.
Welcome today to our meditation.
cushions or a sofa spread around. It could be that for you, your best place of contemplation is simply walking. It could be that for you, noticing what's going on around you, noticing what your feet feel like as they push in to the earth or the sky or the universe, whatever works for you. And just take some breaths as you immerse yourself in this special place of contemplation and meditation within your sacred space. And here we're going to bring our attention, our thoughts, and our intention to how we care for our temple, that is our body. What to how does our body need? For if our body is to support our mental health, our peace of mind, to how does our body need? For our connection with others, to support our relationship, our mental health, other people, to how we care, all other creatures, our connection with others, our relation, our environment, mental health. If we are going to house our body, all other creatures, a positive force in our world, then our first place to start is by caring for our bodies, so that our body, our brain, our nervous system, our mind are in the best possible positions to be able to do that, to be able to be our best, most optimal self. And it's this optimal self, it's this place of wondrous mental health and peace of mind. It's from that place that we can create peace in the world. So I'd like you to first of all think about sleep. Now, as you're creating this image, you can be doing it in your mind, or you can imagine in this place that you've put a screen up in front of you and you can see what you're creating unfold on this screen. But first of all, I want you to focus on sleep. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping at least 6 to 8 hours a night? Are your sleeps peaceful? We know how important it is for our well-being to be actually sleeping really well. So I want you to imagine now what you will be doing to create that great space in which you will be able to sleep really well. So I want you to see yourself waking up in the morning, firstly, feeling refreshed. You feel great. Think about what time that is for you. When do you feel good waking up? Some people are early birds, some people are night owls, other people are in between. What is good for you? And imagine yourself waking up with joy, waking up with clarity, waking up with energy, ready to embrace your day. And then think about holding that energy throughout the day until it comes to wind down time. And this is what we call putting in place some sleep hygiene. What do you need to do to settle for the night? Right now, while you're creating this in your sacred space, create a time that you like to be in bed by or asleep by. And from that sleeping time, work our way back to think about what do we need to be doing so that we can fall into a beautiful, peaceful, deep sleep. And that may be turning off your electronics 1 or 2 hours before. It may be you like to wind down straight after dinner. What do you like to do? What gets you ready for peace? Do you like time on your own? Do you want to interact then with your partner, family, friends, the people around you? What works for you? See yourself now in your mind's eye creating that amazing space so that as you go into bed, you can feel yourself ready to rest and relax. And just see yourself falling into a beautiful deep sleep where you will have wonderful dreams. Now let's take our attention to the way that we move our bodies through the day. What is optimal for you? When do you like to move your body? Do you like to go hard and fast? Do you like to start fast in the morning? Or do you like a nice slow start? Is a walk in nature better for you than a big gym session first thing in the morning? This is the time for you to tap in to your intuition, to be sitting with yourself as you work out what is important to me. And then see yourself through the day. How do you move your body? Watch yourself not sitting down for too long a periods. See yourself getting up, moving around, and see yourself in some joyful movement through the day. What does bring you joy? Perhaps for you it's walking in nature. Perhaps for you it is being at the gym and doing a really hard workout. Perhaps you love lifting weights. Or perhaps you just love dancing around, and you might really love dancing around with your friends or your family or your children. Maybe it's about how you move with your children. Then as the afternoon progresses, what do you want to be doing then? For some people, their bodies are at their strongest in the afternoon. If that's you, what would you like to be doing in that time? What is your favorite sort of exercise? And then see yourself as the night progresses, that you are now no longer engaged in lots of activity, and instead you're preparing yourself for sleep. But you really know that you have cared for your body by moving it in the best possible ways. And then finally, let's take our attention to how we ingest our nutrients. How do we care for our body nutritionally? People have a lot of different ideas about how best to do that, and you may have different practices, but whatever that is, now is the time up on the screen or in your imagination to see yourself really eating what you know will really, really nourish your body. That nutrition is about giving our bodies what they need and nourishing those bodies. So just imagine yourself, however many meals a day you have, it could be 1 or 2 or 3 or 6 by the time you've had snacks. Again, it's very different for different people. Tune into yourself. Does your body work better with lots of regular meals? Do you love to have main meals? And keep your attention on your breath. If you notice that you start to feel tense at any time, just take your attention back to your breath. And what are the foods that are good for you? Do you like to eat locally? Is organic important to you? Do you like to know your local farmer? Do you have a favorite store that you buy your food from that you trust? Have you grown some of your own food? And now think about taking this attitude of love and care for your body into the way that you plan for that meal, the way that you sit down to eat it. Do you like to eat it quietly? Do you like to have a lot of activity going on around you? Do you love having people around you when you eat? This is all very personal and individual. But what's important for you? Create that now in your mind or on that screen. And just imagine presenting that food to yourself, honoring that food as you honor your body. Have it presented beautifully. And imagine just eating that, what that feels like, the textures in your mouth, what the fragrance of the food is. what it feels like to chew that food. And to think about as the food, as you swallow the food and it enters your body, how that makes you feel. And in this way, we start to really care for our body, our sleep, our activity, and the food that we put into our body, always honoring the importance of our personal health, because without that physical health and caring for those basic physical needs, we can't support our mental health, and then we can't support the mental health of others or the peace of the world. So now, as we come to the end of this meditation, just bring your attention back to your breath, close down your screen, or just push your feet into the ground. And now we're going to leave your sacred space, but taking with you the intention of how you are going to live this day in a way that is honoring of your body, to do with sleep, activity, and nutrition. So as you leave your sacred space, feel yourself back where you are in the here and now. Push your feet into the floor. Take 3 nice full breaths. And when you're ready, open your eyes or just bring yourself back to the present moment. And bring with you that intention of how you are going to live your day. Living your day to honor your body so that you can honor your mind, your mental health, and the peace of the world.
Thank you so much, Anne. What a beautiful way to start the day. Thank you, everyone, for dialing in, for being here as part of this journey. Today, again, is all around the physical health pillars, around sleep, activity, and nutrition. I really hope you can make some great choices today, dive deep on those, and learn some things about you that you maybe didn't know before, or can just get refreshed on or confirmed on that you're already doing. So check into the Shae app. It'll guide you throughout the day. It'll talk to you as you go throughout today, but to really dive into those sections and